welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another makeup tutorial. I used the Tarte Tartelette Toasted palette. This palette is gorgeous and it just came out. I have just been loving this. I actually wore this makeup look in my last video where I tested out the new Jouer foundation. It was basically the same thing except I just kind of cleaned this up a little bit more for this tutorial and made it a little bit sharper. In my last tutorial, I literally just like slapped it on and did it in like 2 minutes. So this is just like a cleaner version of that. You guys seem to love that look because I got like a million comments asking if I could do a tutorial on that. So here it is. Really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you guys aren't already, then I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to know how to get this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, my eyelids are already primed, and then the first thing I'm doing is just taking a piece of Scotch tape and I'm lining that up with the corner of my eye and then the tail of my eyebrow. The first shade I'm using from the Tarte Toasted palette is the shade Cashmere. I'm using a Sigma E40 brush and putting this all over my transition area. Just buffing that all around in circular motions and also windshield wiper motions just to get that all blended out. Then I'm switching to a Morphe M505 and using the shade Cozy. I love this shade. It's such a pretty, like, deep red. It looks really, really pretty in the crease, and it also looks really pretty as an all over lid shade. So I'm just putting a pretty decent amount of this in the outer corner, and then once it starts to leave my brush a little bit, then I'll be working that towards the inner corner. And then I'm taking an even smaller blending brush. This is basically just like a mini version of the Sigma E40. And I'm using the shade Fireside, which is the deepest shade in this palette. It's like a really deep plum shade. And I'm putting this in the very outer V of my eye. I don't know if I said the brush name, but this is a Vasanti Contour Eyeshadow Brush number 4. So as you can see, I'm not bringing this any higher than my crease. I'm stopping it right where my lid ends, and I'm also making it the darkest on the very outer V, and then kind of just fading that inwards. Then I'm going to go in with an Anastasia A25 brush and the shade Cozy and blend right over the top of those two lines just so that it's like a very nice gradual fade between the red and the plum shade. Okay, now I'm taking the shade Sunset on an Anastasia A2 brush and packing this on my lid. And then since I want the inner half of my lid super bright, I'm using the shade Candle. And I'm just using that same exact brush, but I am using this wet. So I did spray my brush with Fix Plus because when I did my other eye off camera, I got a ton of fallout and it wasn't that pigmented. So when I use it with Fix Plus, it's like super, super blinding. So I would definitely recommend using this shade in the palette with Fix Plus just to get a better outcome. And I'm just layering that shade right on top of the gold, and you can just see how pretty and blinding and metallic that makes it. Then I'm gonna go back into Sunset and put that between where the plum shade and the like champagne shade meet, just so we have a nice fade. And then I'll take the shade Fireside again and blend that all together. And then I am going to be keeping this tape on while I do my winged liner today because it just makes it so much easier. So for eyeliner, I'm using the Inglot Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade 77. It's just a black one. And then for my brush, I'm using a Sigma E06 brush, which is my favorite brush to do eyeliner with. It makes it so easy because it's so teeny tiny and just very precise, so you can do a really nice wing with this. And I'm basically just going along the line of the tape, and you can see when I take the tape off, it just is like a perfect wing. Then for my lower lash line, I'm packing Fireside on a Morphe M432 brush and putting that right on my lower lash line. And then I'm taking Cozy on a Morphe M506 brush and buffing that out. And then I'm going to line my lower lash line with the Sephora Contour Inner Rim Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade Wide Eyed number 3. Then before I put my false lashes on, I'm going to use some mascara, and I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. While I let the glue dry on my eyelashes, I'm going to put some mascara on my lower lash line, and this is the Sephora Outrageous Curl Mascara. I just love this mascara because the wand is so tiny that you can really get every lower lash strand. It just makes it super easy. And since it is so small, it is really nice for those really small lashes down there. And for lashes today, I'm using the Tarte Center of Attention lashes. Okay, and then since this palette doesn't have a lighter shade than this gold shade right here, I don't want to use that in my inner corner, so I'm going to be using the shade Mac Nylon. It's this one right here. It's what I use in my inner corner basically every day, and I'm using a Morphe E36 brush. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to my face, and as you guys can probably see, I already have my foundation on. I did my foundation, concealer, and setting powder. But super funny story, so I always do my foundation in my videos. I never already have my foundation done. The reason why I did that today is because I got this new pore vacuum. Didn't read the directions or anything. I just thought it would be fun to just, I don't know, start sucking the stuff out of my pores right away. And I actually gave myself a hickey. I left it on my chin for too long. I don't know if you guys are gonna tell, but my whole chin is like black and blue. It's pretty bad and it's pretty embarrassing, so I decided to spare myself and just do my foundation off camera today. So anyways, I'm just gonna bronze my face. I'm using the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. This is in the shade Sunkissed, and I'm using a Morphe M527. Just bronzing up the outsides of my face just so that I kind of match my body a little bit more, because I am really, really dark right now because I haven't washed off my self-tanner yet, so my face is like way lighter than my body. Then I'm going to contour my cheekbones a little bit, and I'm using the Anastasia Contour Kit. I'm going to be mixing these two shades together. And the brush I'm using is an Anastasia A19 brush. Geez, I didn't realize how many Anastasia brushes I'm using today. Whoops. Then for blush, I'm using the NARS Orgasm blush. I haven't used this blush in so long. It literally, I don't even remember the last time I used it. This used to be like my favorite blush. I'm pretty sure this was the first blush that I ever actually bought. I used to love it. And this is a Morphe E4. Okay, then I'm going to use the Tarte Twinkle Stick. This is a cream highlighter. I love this. The shade is so pretty. I just use my finger. I literally just like pick it up on my finger and just tap it in right on the high points of my cheeks. This is super blinding. I like putting this on underneath my powder highlighters because it just makes them so much more intense. And since it's a cream, it doesn't enhance my texture as much as powder highlighters do. So I just like to use this as a base before I put powder on. And then for highlight, I'm using the Tarte Exposed highlight. I'm kind of using a lot of different Tarte things just because I'm using a Tarte palette today. So I wanted to kind of like include a lot of my favorite products from Tarte. I'm using an Anastasia A23 brush for this. Oh my gosh, that's gonna bother me so much. I have a pimple right there and it's just like catching the light. That's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, and for my lip liner today, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Candy K. And then another thing from Tarte, I'm using the Tarte Tarteletте lip paint. This is in the shade Exposed. Two things named Exposed today, I didn't realize that. Exposed highlight and lip paint. This lip liner like perfectly matches this lipstick. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of gloss. I'm using the Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar lip gloss. Okay guys, so that completes this makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys liked this look. I know it's kind of similar to my last look in a way, even though this isn't a cut crease. But I still wanted to do this because a ton of you guys have been requesting that I use this palette. I hope you guys liked it, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.